you should be able to craft the perfect blues solo. So if you want to see how that's done, just hang out to find out. So let's think about a few different things that we can do to help us with our solo. So thing number one that we're going to do is we're going to think very much in terms of question and answer. We're going to play a phrase and then we're going to answer it, okay? Thing number two that we're going to do is we're going to build our solo in pentatonic positions up the fretboard. We're going to start in position 1, position 2, position 3, and then build it like that. So I'm going to play a solo, incorporating those ideas and some other ideas, and explain the other ideas at the end of the video. So let's talk about some of those elements I included. What I did was I started in position 1 with this line. Right? That's my question. And I went something like... Right? So I've got a question, an answer, and then like a third answer which expands on the first two questions. What I then did after that was I did a very simple trick, which is what I might call the octave trick. I went... So I just move this phrase up an octave. That's the easiest way I find to do that, going from position 1 to position 2. It's the same notes an octave higher, right? It's dead simple, but it's really effective. The next thing I did was to create a phrase around this idea, right? Which is position 3, and I'm incorporating the flat 5 in there. And then I repeated that phrase with a slightly different ending, repeated it again, right? Now, this is slightly less melodic than the phrases I did before. Because I'm further into the solo, I can get a little bit more noodly and a little bit less melodic. I've dragged you in with the melodic ideas, and now I'm trying to do something that's a little bit more noodly, a few more notes, and add that in, which is building the solo. And obviously I've gone from position 1, position 2 to position 3. That's also building the solo up the fretboard, so the solo is sort of going higher and you get this building feeling. Then I move up into position 4 and 5 by doing something like that. Now, it's also very melodic. You know, that phrase, I can hear it in my head. I'm sort of hearing it in my head and playing it at the same time as I'm sort of hearing it in my head. I'm trying to create melodic building ideas, and that's why it works. Finally, I build up into position 1, right? And I do something up there that's a little bit faster. And I want it a little bit faster because that's a good place to put fast lines, is towards the end of the solo. You've built the melodic ideas, you've done your question and answer, you've made your melodic ideas a little bit more wondery, added a few more notes in, built the solo, got up to the top end, do something a little bit faster. It's not stupidly fast because I don't want it to be stupidly fast. I want it to be tastefully quick, yeah? So it's not really quick at all, but it's just adding in a few more notes, which again it's less notes, building up more notes, right? The solos go in higher. I'm building that question and answer thing. There's loads of ideas there which explain how I'm building that solo.